Your Mama's Adventures in Parenting. Your mama adjusted her face mask and checked the chronometer on her eyepiece. Darn it! The filter would only be good for another 15 minutes. She was nowhere near finished with this job. And this particular theft would fetch a good price on the energy market, what with the price of methane. She slid the siphon tube across to the capture valve and turned on the suction pump. If your mama could get most of the gas into the polystyrene tank on her back, the filter in her mask failed. A rank, heavy scent of sulfur and dead moss burned into her sinuses. Your mama's eyes watered. She pressed the filter against her face, trying to snug it up or eke out a few more minutes. The smell only grew stronger, moving past eggs and into the bowels of hell itself. Gagging, she hit the retract button on the siphon. No amount of credits was worth this. Methane or no, energy crisis or no. Your mama would rather steal diamonds than deal with one more fart job. She broke like the wind and ran. You watch your mama through the bathroom door. In one hand, she's holding a plunger. The other is sheathed in a dripping rubber glove. Her shoulders are slumped. She sees you and points at the toilet. Really? The steam hissed around your mama and her dance master as they stepped out of the brass and oak cabinet of the time machine. This time, they had emerged in the alley behind the theater. She looked to the right, where another incarnation of herself was hurrying to the theater for the audition. Stop her! At her command, a brass automaton stepped out of the time machine and intercepted the previous her. Your mama turned her back on the cry of surprise from her former self. Come on, she beckoned the dance master. I want to get inside and warm up. Her dance master stared past her. That was you? Yes. Your mama snapped and strode toward the theater. You were so young. Young and inexperienced, and I screwed up the most important audition of my life. Even after all these years, the memory of falling off her pointe shoes still burned. Did you try again? He wasn't following her. Oh, I am now. Why else would your mama have spent years building this time machine and working with the dance master? I mean, did you go to the spring audition? How could I after that humiliation? She stared at her past self, who hung confused and frightened in the automaton's grip. That's what being a dancer is. Getting up and continuing. Everyone falls sometimes. He stepped away, back to the girl she had been. Would you like to go over your routine? What are you doing? Your mama put her hands on her hips. You're supposed to help me with my audition. I am. He shrugged. This you is too old, but she still has a chance. Your mama hands you a tissue. Don't listen to them. She ruffles your hair, and your fingers are rough from work. You can be anything you want to be, okay? I believe in you.